Hello viewers, today we are going to learn how to make ginger taste crunchy daddies. I've been asked by many people how we make our daddies, and today I want to show you how we are going to make these daddies. And these are the ingredients we are going to use. We have the baking flour. I'm going to use Supreme. I love using it more than others because yeah, it makes my daddies come out well. And then we are going to use two of them, and since we are using two of the baking flour, we are going to use also two baking powder. And then we have a kilo of sugar. This is half. And we have a blue band. We are not going to use the whole of this, we'll just use half of it because the size that I wanted for this particular package was not there, so we are going to use half of this blue band to make it soft. And then we are going to use 4 eggs, and then we are going to also have some milk. We are going to use the powdered ones. uh, and then we have ginger. We are going to also have ginger that we are going to pound. Some people can blend, but I don't like blending my ginger. I like pounding it. And then we have cooking oil here that we are going to use, but also we have the preheated one that we are going to use in the process of baking. And then the other one will be used for frying. And then also we have vanilla because we want to have that vanilla taste. We want to have that vanilla flavor in the daddies. And then lastly, I think we have what we call hiliki. I know many people may not be knowing it, but it's one of the spices that I used in making daddies. I love the taste. And you remove the cover, and then you will have something like this. And you will heat it, and then later you pound it so that you add it in powdered form in your baking process. So let's begin. There are two packets. After adding the wheat flour, we are going to add baking powder. If you're using one packet of baking powder or baking flour, you also use one packet of baking powder. You don't have to use less or more. And after adding this, we are going to mix them evenly so that it spreads well. Okay. So after adding the baking powder, we're going to add other ingredients that you have. I have this latto, the one they sell at 500, because I feel they help me measure fast other than using. So we have added the milk. Another thing we are going to add is the sugar. I said we use one kilogram for 2 packets of the baking powder. If you're using one, then you need to have half a kilo of sugar, because you don't want your daddies to be too sweet and also not to be sweet. So you have to make sure that everything that you're adding as ingredients, you have measured them very well. So after adding sugar, we are going to mix. Okay, and then we have 4 eggs. We are going to use 4 eggs. Okay, so we are going to add the eggs. You have to be careful so that the shell doesn't affect your process. And then we are going to add our blue band. I told you the blue band and the eggs is to make it soft. We don't want to have hard daddies. I'm going to have half of this. And then we are going to add vanilla. There is also powdered vanilla, but I love using the liquid one. This one you can get from supermarket, you can get from some shops also have them. And then we are going to have half a cup of cooking oil that you have heated before. And then you mix. When you have mixed properly, the last thing we are going to add is our ginger. The ginger that we pounded earlier with hiliki. Ginger helps to give you that taste, that ginger-like taste, but also it is for preservation. When you put ginger, your daddies take long to get spoiled. So these daddies can take even 1 month when it's still in a very good condition. So after mixing all these ingredients, we are going to add water. We use warm water. You don't have to use cold water or too hot water, just to be warm. The number of cups will depend on how you want your daddies to be like soft or hard. Let me start with these 3. When making the dough, you have to make sure that you don't put a lot of water, because having a lot of water is going to spoil your daddies. It has to be like this one. I've only used 2.5 to 3 cups of water only, and it was enough. It gives you hard time when you're mixing it, but then it will give you good results when your daddies are ready. So this one is ready, and I am going to cover it to put it under the sun. I'm going to use a green cavera. So our dough is ready. It has been in the sun for 30 minutes. And now, as you can see, it is very soft. It's very soft. Even when you touch it, doesn't remain in your hands. That means it has fermented well, and we did not put a lot of water. If you had put a lot of water, it will be remaining in your hands. So we are going to start cutting them in small pieces. In that size for daddies. We first put cooking oil because we do not want the dough to remain stuck on this wooden board. So for measurement of this size, it is entirely on you what size you want to start with, but I don't like putting a lot. We want our daddies to be medium size. We don't want it too big, we don't want it too small. So this size is okay. We are going to start kneading. We are going to cut it in the size that we want. So for daddies, you don't have to cut big size. This is enough. This size is enough. Unless someone wants to make mandazi, then you can make bigger sizes. Okay, so after cutting it into this small size, you are going to cut them again. Into your preferred sizes. I prefer you don't put them big because sometimes they may not get ready, but also the size of the daddies will be too big, but also not too small. Depending on what size you want them to be, but this is our size. What you should not forget is that everything that you're using has to be very clean, so that you don't have soil, you don't have dust, you don't have anything that is going to contaminate the process of making your daddies. Okay, so if you have cut the daddies into our desired small pieces, we are going to heat our oil and then put the daddies in our frying pan. Make sure you have enough cooking oil and fresh cooking oil if you want to have good daddies. So our daddies are ready. You can see the color, it's brown. Yeah, you can choose your preferred color. Other people like it golden brown. I prefer when it is not burnt. So this is our daddies. You can see it looks crunchy, soft, and it's going to take long. It's going to be long lasting because of the ginger that we have put. So bye.